Sister wives Kody Brown finally redivides Coyote Pass property amid bold new strategy and major tension with Meri and Janelle. Hello friends, welcome to the Daily Gossip News Update. I am Olivia and hope you are well by God's grace. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon. There's been a major development in the battle for Coyote Pass among sister wives star Kody Brown and his former wives, Janelle Brown and Meri Brown. Coyote Pass is the 14 acres of Arizona land the Brown family purchased in 2018 in order to build a homestead for their large polygamous family. Instead, after years of sitting without any builds, the land became a major point of contention within the family. That was heightened when Kody Brown chose to leave Kody and the family, and Janelle and Meri soon followed, leaving Kody with one remaining wife, Robyn Brown. Sister wives Kody Brown finally redivided the Coyote Pass property, with Janelle Brown and Meri Brown receiving a new percentage of the land. Starcasm reported that property records indicate the land had been redivided as of March 27, with the revision leaving Kody and Robyn as 50% owners, while Janelle and Meri each get 25% ownership. This means that the land is now divided fairly on paper, which is a change from the previous model. For what it's worth, Kody was bought out of her portion of Coyote Pass after she initially left the family, leaving Kody, Robyn, Janelle, and Meri to divide it up among themselves and deal with the legal ramifications. On paper, the redivision signifies a shift in the dynamics of the former family. Janelle, Meri, Kody, and Robyn now each own 25% of the land, when, previously, Janelle and Meri were given much smaller percentages of the land. During Sister Wives Season 19, Janelle, sensing that she needed to protect her rights, said she was going to seek legal counsel, and she urged Meri to do the same. The saga of Coyote Pass has been unfolding since the family originally purchased the land. Kody's idea to build a massive home for all the wives and children to live together was one of the straws that broke the camel's back, figuratively, and led to Kody realizing she wasn't being heard within the family. Kody ended up leaving Kody, and while there were many factors, the fate of Coyote Pass also played into it. Kody initially envisioned Coyote Pass to be a slice of heaven for him and his brood to live peacefully on. He neglected to take into account that many of his wives were dissatisfied with the direction the family was going, and I believe this led to the collapse of the family. Kody's dream turned into his worst nightmare. But now that the land has been more fairly divided, everyone involved will now be able to move on without the fear of anyone getting swindled out of their fair share. Sister wives. Meri Brown debunks rumors that she introduced Kody to Robyn. Meri Brown wants Sister Wives viewers to know one important thing about Kody and Robyn Brown's meet cute. In the last Sister Wives one-on-one special of Season 19, the reality star sets the record straight about how Kody and Robyn Brown really met. The topic comes up when host Sukani Krishnan asks if Meri Brown has any regrets about introducing the couple. "I didn't introduce Robyn to Kody," she replies. "You didn't?" Krishnan asks in shock. "No. There's this whole big thing out there on the Twitter sphere right now that I introduced them. I did not introduce them," the reality star says. Meri Brown was the first of Kody Brown's 4 wives. In recent years, David Woolley and Janelle Brown have also left the father of 18, leaving him with one remaining wife, Robyn Brown. While speaking with Krishnan, Meri Brown clarifies that she and her husband were indeed together when they met Robyn Brown for the first time. "So we're driving down the road, and our neighbors, our friends, they were all outside talking, so we stopped to say hi to our friends. He was talking to Robyn's cousin's husband, and I kind of started talking, and we just kind of felt this connection," she explains. In his own interview with Krishnan, Kody Brown adds to the story, saying, "Meri made a connection with Robyn, and Robyn and I were kind of avoiding contact with each other." Kody Brown goes on to say he was fishing for information about Robyn Brown's relationship status when he first started talking to her. I mean, Meri's right there, and besides, I was a little embarrassed 'cause I didn't let go of eye contact the first time. I'd seen Robyn before that, he says. This was actually the second time Kody Brown had laid eyes on his future wife, according to the episode. The first occurred at church. I see her sitting there and I figure, okay, she's got to be about 28 or 30, and she's by herself. And I made eye contact with her and I couldn't look away, he recalls later during the interview. The couple didn't end up talking that first time around, but they shared a powerful gaze. Finally, she looks away and I'm like, oh. I kind of woke up from a trance, Kody Brown says. After Kody and Robyn Brown shared their first actual conversation, Meri Brown encouraged her husband to look into her, describing her as cute. From there, Meri, Christine, and Kody Brown attended a dance together where Robyn Brown was in attendance. Christine had gone home early, and it was nearly the last dance. And Meri's like, you should go ask Robyn to dance, he recalls. When he stepped on the dance floor with Robyn Brown, Kody Brown said it became a serendipitously beautiful experience. It's like all of a sudden there's nobody but us on the dance floor, and I'm talking to her like we've known each other our whole lives. It was the kind of safety combined with just the depth of connections. She was very vulnerable, and I was at the time. There was a depth of connection that I do not believe I have ever had, he says. When asked if he had a similar moment with his other wives, Kody Brown says, not that I recall. It was more of like a pragmatic thought process, he says. Sister wives Kody and Robyn Brown reveal if they'd ever go back to polygamy, and we have thoughts. Sister Wives premiered on TLC in 2010 and immediately intrigued viewers with the unconventional life of Kody Brown and his 4 wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, and Robyn. After 18 seasons, 3 divorces, and 18 children, Kody is now legally married only to Robyn, whom he married in 2014. In a recent interview with Yahoo, Kody opened up about his fears of being in a polygamous relationship again. I'm not interested in plural marriage anymore, Kody shared. I don't want to pursue another woman because I don't want the headache, the questions, the struggles, the wonder about trust. I'm not in that space. In his latest interview with E! News, Kody confirmed that he has now made up his mind forever. Speaking on getting back to a polygamous lifestyle, he told the outlet, "Hell no, and I'll tell you why, because we already failed. I would never try plural marriage again." Despite his certainty on the matter moving forward, the father of 18 had no regrets about his former lifestyle. "I'm glad we had the experience," he continued in his one-on-one interview. "I'm glad I got all those children. I'm glad I got this relationship." Kody, who is now focused on his married life with Robyn, recalled, "It's all over and we're all old," he hypothesized. "And it's like, holy cow, look at all that wasted time." As for Robyn, things aren't as simple as they seem. Earlier, she told in a separate interview with the aforementioned outlet, "I've had some concerns whether or not having one wife would be enough for him," Robyn said in a chat with E! News. She continued, "Because he has been living and used to this other way for so long." Admitting that their marriage is still vulnerable, and as Kody's only partner, she requires reassurance about their lives outside of polygamy. "I kind of need to know if we're okay, I guess," Robyn admitted. She continued, "And just make sure that this works for us. The question in my head is this it? Or are we going to try to, live in a polygamous marriage again?" However, she too has come a long way. "I had a different plan for my life," she told the outlet. "My life was, I was going to live a plural marriage. I was going to be a part of a big picture, a big family. That's been taken away from me." However, Robyn also emphasized that Kody is enough for her. "I feel like people who've only known him for the last 3 or 4 years, they'd only known a certain version of him," she went on, adding that his current demeanor is probably the hardest version I've ever known of him. But through it all, Robyn insisted she wouldn't trade her husband for anything. "I'd always choose Kody," she proclaimed. "However it is, it's with Kody." Why Sister Wives stars Robyn and Kody Brown's romance wasn't appropriate. If Sister Wives Season 19 and its tell-alls have taught us anything, it's that the cracks in the Brown family's foundation weren't just about plural marriage. They were about favoritism, misaligned priorities, and a courtship that never quite played by the same rules. At the center of most of the drama was Kody Brown and Robyn Brown's romance. Looking back, their relationship felt a little too intense and more than a little inappropriate, given the plural marriage context. The other wives saw it. Viewers saw it. And now, thanks to some recent confessions, it's clear the way Kody and Robyn kicked off their love story might have been the beginning of the end for the Brown family. In a recent tell-all moment that hit hard, Janelle Brown opened up about her early days with Kody. And let's just say, she's got a few regrets. The mother of 6 told viewers, "If I had a year with Kody, I'm not sure I would have married him honestly." The Sister Wives star revealed to host Sukanya Krishnan, "I might have seen him for a little bit more of who he was, you know what I mean?" Gotten sort of off the charm ride. For Janelle, who's always been the pragmatic one, this was a rare moment of emotional honesty, and it pointed to a deeper issue that's haunted the family for years. As TLC fans know, not all the wives were given the same time, energy, or relationship investment from Kody. But as usual, Janelle took the high ground. She added, "Regardless, I don't need to go back and trash everything that was. If I were to say, 'Oh, I'm really sorry I did all that,' would I be in this great place?" Janelle's reflection wasn't just about her own marriage. It was a subtle reminder that Kody didn't treat all his relationships equally from the jump, and that imbalance? It planted the seeds for the resentment that eventually tore the family apart and led to 3 divorces. Let's talk about that courtship. When Kody met Robyn, he was already married to 3 women and managing a very full household in Lehi, Utah. However, instead of maintaining a balanced and respectful approach, he plunged headfirst into his romance with Robyn, leaving the rest of the family waiting. During Season 1, fans watched as their courtship dragged on for months, filled with long-distance visits, flirty phone calls, and that infamous kiss before marriage that had the other wives feeling blindsided. The time and attention Kody poured into Robyn was excessive. In the recent tell-all, Janelle pointed out that Kody had a very long courtship compared to the rest of us. It is not really appropriate for a married man to have a long courtship. She noted the pair actually courted, I think, for almost a year. There were moments that stood out, like when Kody Brown was at home dealing with pregnancy, and Janelle was working full-time to support the family. But instead of lending support, Kody was off making googly eyes and building a new relationship that felt more monogamous than plural. Kody wasn't just falling in love. He was shifting his entire focus to one woman, while still expecting everyone else to play happy plural family. For years, Robyn played ignorant about being the favorite. She insisted she loved all the wives, wanted the family to work, and didn't want special treatment. But in the most recent tell-all, she finally said the quiet part out loud. And just like that, decades of tension were validated. Her admissions surrounded the luggage rack. It seems that when traveling, Kody would always take it for himself. But not when it came to Robyn. She got the infamous luggage rack all to herself. When asked why she was the first wife to have this privilege, she answered, "Maybe I put my luggage up there first, I don't know. It's not like a big thing." But for the first 3 wives and Sister Wives viewers, this was a big indication of what they already knew. Robyn knows she gets a different Kody. She gets the birthday gifts, the Valentine's Day affection, and the consistent presence for her children. And while she's always claimed to want unity, she's clearly benefited the most from the family's unraveling. The problem isn't just that Robyn's the favorite. It's that she's been the favorite while pretending not to be. Now, with the other wives gone and the family system officially collapsed, it's impossible to ignore. Kody made his choice a long time ago. The longest-running season of Sister Wives ended with Sukanya Krishnan tweaking a piece of history for Kody Brown and 2 out of the 4 women he married. Suki offered a different version of an event that surfaced in a book the 5 spouses wrote together. Until now, that story from the book has stayed consistent over the years. The host for the 4 final episodes of Sister Wives Season 19, Sukani Krishnan, asked Meri Brown about introducing Kody Brown to Robyn Brown. Suki seemed under the impression that Meri knew Robyn first and lured Robyn to Kody. That floored Meri, who said the version Suki offered in the final one-on-one episode about how Kody and Robyn first met is untrue. So, she corrected Suki. Meri did advocate for Kody to pursue Robyn after they met her together, but both Kody and Meri met Kody's future 4th wife at the same time. So it is not like Robyn was a previous friend of the first wife from the Sister Wives family. Several years ago, Kody Brown and all his wives penned a book, Becoming Sister Wives, the story of an unconventional marriage. In that book, each wife details how they met Kody Brown, and Suki's version of how Robyn and Kody met for the first time didn't appear in that book. Meri, Robyn, Janelle, Christine, and Kody wrote about how each wife met Kody through the church, but under very different circumstances. While Kody got his first look at Robyn in church, they were strangers and never spoke. Their introduction came after that, and by coincidence. It is surprising that the Sister Wives host wasn't in tune with what the 5 spouses wrote in the book. She asked Meri about introducing Kody to Robyn. If Suki had read the book, she would have known how Robyn was first introduced to Kody. Meri corrected Suki, then repeated the story that she originally wrote in the Sister Wives book. The day they met Robyn for the first time, Meri and Kody were out for a ride. They drove by a friend's house and stopped. There were people in the front yard, including Robyn, who was packing up the car with her kids, getting ready to go back home. Meri, Robyn, and Kody Brown have never deviated from this story since it came out in their book. Meri and Kody were together when they both were introduced to their future sister wives' spouse, Robyn. They pulled up to their friend's home and got out of the car, so they both met Robyn at the same time. Prior to their initial introduction, Kody had seen Robyn in church, and their eyes met in the stare that would change his life, or so he suggested during the last one-on-one from Sister Wives Season 19. When Kody and Robyn's eyes met from across the church, they never spoke. From what both Kody and Robyn said, they felt the electricity but did nothing about it at that time. They caught each other's eyes in a long gaze, although they never said a word. Then, like some twist of fate, Meri and Kody's introduction to Robyn was made by a friend on the driveway of the friend's home. And while Sister Wives fans have heard many stories from the spouses that change as time goes on, this story stayed fairly consistent through the seasons of this TLC series. Robyn and Kody Brown dropped polygamy bombshell. It looks like these days, less is more for former polygamist Kody Brown. The Sister Wives patriarch has revealed that he has no interest in returning to plural marriage, and his remaining wife, Robyn Brown, appears to be supporting his decision and standing by his side. It's good that Robyn is standing by him considering the havoc she's wreaked on the whole family. Kody is not free from guilt either. But with 3 divorces somehow connecting back to Robyn, it would be terrible if she decided to jump ship too. So now that Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, and Christine Brown Woolley have all left Kody, does he plan on returning to polygamy with Robyn? The answer is a resounding no. The hell no, he shared with Sukanya Suki Krishnan during the conclusion of the TLC Sister Wives Tell-All. And I'll tell you why, because we already failed. I would never try plural marriage again. In fact, he previously said that not only was he done, but he felt slapped by polygamy. I'm not interested in plural marriage anymore, Kody said. I don't want to pursue another woman because I don't want the headache. I'm not in that space. Ted. Still, despite the terrible ending, Kody shared that he had no regrets about his former lifestyle. I'm glad we had the experience, he shared. I'm glad I got all those children, and I'm glad I've got this relationship. Meanwhile, Robyn said that things didn't pan out quite like she planned. I had a different plan for my life, she admitted. I was going to live in a plural marriage, and I was going to be part of a big family. That's been taken away from me. Nevertheless, she said that Kody is enough for her, and she's sticking with him and will continue to defend his character. At the end of the day, Robyn wouldn't trade her husband for anything. Meri, meanwhile, sent a bold message by correcting a false assumption about Kody and Robyn's fateful introduction. Do you ever have any regrets about introducing Robyn to Kody? Krishan asked her. I didn't introduce Robyn to Kody, she declared, to which the confused host replied, You didn't. Then there's this whole big thing out there on the Twitter sphere right now that I introduced him. I did not introduce them, Meri insisted. Kody and I were together when we met her for the first time. Kody's first, now ex-wife recounted. We were driving down the road, and our neighbors, our friends, were outside talking. So we stopped to say hi to our friends. He was talking to her cousin's husband, and she and I kind of started talking. And we just kind of felt this connection. I don't know. It felt like we could be friends. However, Kody told Krishan that Meri made a suggestion after they left. As we drive away, Meri was like, Hey Kody, you should look into her. She's cute, he explained. It wasn't until later his courtship with Robyn began. Meri, Christine, and I all went to a dance together, and Christine had gone home early, Kody told Krishan. And it was nearly the last dance, and Meri's like, You should go ask Robyn to dance. She's here. Although Meri didn't introduce Kody and Robyn, it seems she still played a role in encouraging the relationship to blossom. Sister Wives Kody Brown finally reveals the real reason polygamy was a total failure. Kody Brown from Sister Wives openly shared the reason why his marriages to Meri, Janelle, and Christine Brown didn't work out. His first 3 marriages ended between 2021 and 2023, leaving him in an exclusive relationship with his only remaining wife, Robyn Brown. Kody is now focused on healing after his 3 divorces and moving forward with his life. In Sister Wives Season 19, Kody realized that he no longer wanted to pursue polygamy. However, Robyn expressed her willingness to try polygamy again if there were guarantees of success in the future. Recently, Kody revealed the reason why his polygamous relationships with Janelle, Meri, and Christine failed, and how his hope of having a polygamous household was destroyed. TLC recently posted a video from Sister Wives Season 19 Tell All, where Kody seemingly accepted responsibility for the end of his 3 marriages. He admitted that polygamy can't succeed in a household when the husband falls in love with one of the wives. He confessed that he developed feelings for Robyn, which ultimately led to the end of his relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Christine. Kody said, I fell in love, hard. Kody finally accepted that he was the reason why his relationships with Meri, Janelle, and Christine failed. He is now taking responsibility instead of trying to paint his ex-wives as the main culprits. Throughout the years, Kody consistently blamed Meri, Janelle, and Christine for not being good sister wives to Robyn, leading to the downfall of their polygamous family. He accused Christine of not fostering strong relationships with other sister wives and told Meri he didn't want to be intimate with her. Kody had never previously addressed his own faults on camera. Now, Kody appears to have gained the confidence to acknowledge that he was truly in love with Robyn from the start. He also admitted that his feelings for Robyn contributed to the breakdown of his other marriages. Ultimately, it's a relief to see Kody finally recognizing that his connection with Robyn was a major factor in the dissolution of his relationships with his other 3 wives. He accepted responsibility for the outcomes instead of continuing to place blame on his former wives. Hopefully, Kody's admission signifies a positive turning point in his life and helps him become a better person. All three sister wives had previously mentioned that Kody's strong bond with Robyn made him neglect his responsibilities towards them. Christine even said that Kody rarely spent any time with her because he likely prioritized being with his favorite wife at her house. Everyone in the family was aware of Kody and Robyn's special bond, but they always refused to accept it. However, Kody has finally spoken the truth and admitted his own fault. His newfound candor and willingness to take accountability might make him a more likable cast member among Sister Wives fans. Christine Brown and Kody Brown's 23-year-old daughter, Wendlyn Brown, knew her parents weren't going to last from a young age. The Sister Wives' daughter revealed in a new interview with Teen Vogue that she thought her parents should have divorced much earlier than they ended up doing in 2021. "I felt like they should have divorced for a while," Wendlyn told the outlet. "I remember one time as a kid, I saw them arguing, and my first thought was, I hope they get a divorce. What kid thinks that, right?" In November 2021, Christine and Kody announced they had ended their spiritual marriage of 25 years. Christine was just the first of Kody's wives to leave their plural family, with fellow sister wives Janelle Brown and Meri Brown also splitting with the TLC star in December 2022. Today, Kody is only married to wife Robyn Brown. Christine has since found love again, marrying David Woolley in October 2023. Wendlyn has been open about growing up in a plural family on television, telling Teen Vogue that she was initially super into filming Sister Wives when she was a child. Not only did Wendlyn get points at school for being on television, the TLC personality explained that she and her 18 siblings would compete for attention from the camera crew. "We just got thrown into fame and thrown into money, and I stopped wanting and needing things," she said of the show's impact on her family's finances. "Life is a lot easier for a kid that's not going hungry. It was quite a blessing initially." Wendlyn's feelings started to shift when she started puberty, and the feeling of being constantly observed started to feel uncomfortable. "I couldn't have a hard day. There wasn't a lot of privacy," she said of that time. "All that anger and all that publicity. Oftentimes, I even wanted to be angry on camera. I think there were a few times that I probably was," she continued. Even if as a kid you want attention, you can look back at it as an adult and be like, that poor kid. Also, poor me now.